These days, in Israel, thousands of cars are driving peacefully on the roads, passing through all battlefields where our fighters lost their lives. In the places that were attacked by enemy soldiers, pastoral settlements have been built.
Hoje, milhares de carros transitam pacificamente pelas estradas, passando por antigos campos de batalha, onde nossos combatentes perderam suas vidas. Nos lugares onde os soldados marcharam e lutaram, cidades e assentamentos pastoris foram construídos.
Each kilometer of Israel's land can tell us a story of a battle, where today stands a house, a school, or a park. Wherever the Israeli defense forces arrived, Israeli flag was proudly raised and waved in the air. Life and community began to develop.
Cada quilômetro da terra de Israel pode contar uma história de batalha, onde hoje existe uma casa, uma escola ou um parque. Onde quer que as unidades das Forças de Defesa de Israel chegassem, a bandeira israelense era orgulhosamente erguida no ar. Assim, vida e comunidade começaram a se desenvolver.
Today we lower the flag in memory of our brave people who gave their lives for our country. We remember the enormous pain that you, families of those soldiers, feel. The pain of freedom and independence of the State of Israel.
Hoje, arriamos a bandeira em memória de nossos bravos soldados que morreram. Lembramos da enorme dor que vocês, familiares, sentem. Esta é a dor da liberdade e independência que o Estado de Israel conquistou.
Tomorrow the flag will return to the top of the mast, honoring the memory of those 24,213 who have fallen.
Amanhã, a bandeira será hasteada novamente ao topo do mastro, homenageando a memória dos que caíram, dos 24.213.
For the lowering the flag to health mast, please stand up. A 2-minute siren in memory of deceased. Please remain standing.
Uma sirene de 2 minutos em memória dos falecidos. Continuem em pé.
the memory fire, I invite representative of bereaved families in Brazil, Mr. Hikmat Abed El-Haq.
Para acender o fogo da memória, convido um representante das famílias dos soldados caídos, o Sr. Hikmat Abed El-Haq. Problem? No. It's lighting? No? Maybe because of the wind. Huh. Did it light?
I have the honor to invite Mr. Jonathan Gonen to read the score.
Tenho a honra de convidar o Sr. Jonathan Gonen para ler a oração Lembrar.
יזכור עם ישראל את בניו ובנותיו, הנאמנים והאמיצים, חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל, וכל לוחמי המחתרות וחטיבות הלוחמים במערכות העם, ואנשי קהילות המודיעין, הביטחון, המשטרה, שירות החוץ ושירות בתי הסוהר, אשר חירפו נפשם במלחמה על תקומת ישראל, וכל מי שנרצחו בארץ ומחוצה לה, בידי מרצחים מארגוני הטרור. יזכור ישראל ויתברך בזרעו, ויאבל על זיו העלומים, וחמדת הגבורה, וקדושת הרצון, ומסירות הנפש של הנספים במערכה הכבדה. יהיו חללי מערכות ישראל, עטורי הניצחון, חתומים בלב ישראל לדור דור.
Please be seated. I have the honor to invite Israel Defense Attaché to Brazil, Captain Semyon Gamborg, representing the Ministry of Defense in Israel Armed Forces.
Tenho a honra de convidar o Adidância de Defesa de Israel no Brasil, o capitão de mar e guerra Semyon Gamborg, representante do Ministério da Defesa e das Forças de Defesa de Israel.
Bereaved families, His Excellency the Ambassador to Israel in Brazil, Mar Daniel Zonshine, Defense Attaché, and dear guests. Roman Koch, known pediatrician in the city where I used to live. Back then, as a reservist, he was joining the town major team who would announce to the families that the worst had happened. When his fellow reservist knocked on his door, he immediately understood. Eddie, his eldest son, would never come home again. First Sergeant Edward Corral, Eddie, dreamed of doing significant combat service. He performed a large amount of exams and scoutings until he was finally accepted in the Commander Brigade Special Forces, the IGOZ Reconnaissance Unit. Only one day after he came home on a leave, Eddie was called back as a part of Operation Defensive Shield. He even managed to tell his father not to open the gift he bought for his mother for the International Women's Day, a gift that his mother, Irina, discovered on the day of her son's funeral. Eddie was my friend and my classmate. Most of the families have met their loved ones returning home. However, you, bereaved families, have waited in vain. There are families who are still waiting. They will not come back. But thanks to them, many returned. They saved the lives of thousands of citizens. And thanks to them, a large part of Israeli security is safe. If the fallen soldiers could be with us today, they would have witnessed countless miracles through the years. The soldiers from the Independence War would have witnessed the rebirth of this state of Israel. Those who fought in Sinai campaign would have seen the ingathering of exiles. Those who fell in the Six-Day War would have watched us as we returned to Mountain Moriah and to the Western Wall. Those who perished in Yom Kippur War would have witnessed the historic peace treaties signed with Egypt and Jordan. And those who died in Lebanon War would see the beauty of Galilee in full bloom with the Lebanon as a backdrop. Dear families, even here today in Brazil, despite the distance, we are all with you in solidarity, dedicating time to remember our daughters and sons. On this day, sorrow cuts us all, but your pain, dear families, is comparable to none. It is constant and endless. It unites the heart and consciousness and beats there like a blood in our body. Moreover, that pulse rises each time you hear a song he loved, each time you prepare her favorite dish, and each time a soldier appears in the end of the street with a beret of the same color, causing imagination and reality to blend. Those who fell in all these operation campaigns and wars to protect Israel would probably be surprised how Israel has turned from a state leaning on desert with lacking resources into one of the most developed, prosperous, and advanced countries in the world. None of this would have happened if not for the young men and women who sacrificed their lives to ensure our existence. On the day of the Independence Declaration of the Jewish state, David Ben-Gurion wrote in his diary, "Today, at 4 in the afternoon, the Jewish state was established. Its fate is in the hands of the defense forces, the Israeli defense forces." In the term Israeli defense forces, the meaning to Israel is the purpose. We protect life and in their name endanger our lives. To allow us all as a nation to realize our right and obligation to build a prosperous and lively society. Today, as in the past, the IDF is dealing with a number of arenas. We do not allow security stability to become an illusion and remain alert as to the enemy's intentions. Thanks to the daily arrests of terrorists through the hitting weapons and infrastructures deep in the enemy's countries, to special operations, the IDF stands ready, alert, powerful, and offensive, facing enemies and terrorist armies that never stop trying to harm the citizens of Israel. Now in our generation, it is our watch to continue and to ensure safe citizens' lives. The entire IDF bows its head out of solidarity, deep sorrow, and appreciation for the strength and steadfastness which you, bereaved families, represent to all of us. May their memory be blessed and cherished forevermore.
I have the honor to invite His Excellency, Ambassador of Israel in Brazil, Mr. Daniel Zonshine, representing the State of Israel.
Tenho a honra de convidar o representante do Estado de Israel, Vossa Excelência, o embaixador de Israel no Brasil, Sr. Daniel Zonshine.
Boa tarde a todos. Eu vou falar português. O dia de lembrança, Memorial Day, Yom HaZikaron. Okay. O dia de lembrança, o Memorial Day, o Yom HaZikaron, como pronunciamos em hebraico, sempre esteve presente em minha vida. Quando eu era adolescente no Moshav, em Israel, nós reunimos na Casa do Povo, vestidos de camisas brancas, e nós lembramos dos membros do Moshav que caíram na Guerra da Independência e depois. Eu não os conhecia, mas a cerimônia houve muito respeito por essas pessoas e pelo alto preço que pagamos como sociedade, como nação. Na guerra de Yom Kippur, em 1973, estes sacrifícios se aproximou. Yoram, o vizinho que morava à nossa frente no Moshav, Dubi, o melhor amigo da minha irmã, Rani, o segundo piloto do Moshav, eles todos morreram na guerra. O preço pago estava mais próximo. Estas eram pessoas que eu conhecia. Outras pessoas que eu conhecia também foram mortos. Pilotos que eram amigos e colegas de meu irmão e outros alunos mais velhos que estudaram comigo na mesma escola. Em 1976, foi recrutado. Minha geração, meus amigos, foram recrutados. Depois, perdemos amigos da minha classe, Shai e Mordechai, e depois amigos que estavam comigo no curso de voo. Meu melhor amigo, Dani Weiss, que a foto dele está aqui, com quem passei quase todos os meses deste longo e difícil curso, morreu em um acidente aéreo. E outros que eu conhecia da Força Aérea, do meu esquadrão, também morreram. Mais tarde, já eram filhos de meus amigos, uma geração depois da nossa, que caíram em batalhas, acidentes e treinamentos. A história de Israel, em seus 75 anos, está entrelaçada com muitos nomes, rostos, histórias e dores. Demasiadas vidas jovens que foram cortadas devido à nossa necessidade de proteger o país e sustentá-lo. Cada adulto em Israel tem um conhecido que caiu, talvez mais de um. Alguém da família, alguém da sala de aula, do bairro, do trabalho, alguém que ele lembra neste dia, mas também em qualquer outro dia do ano. Hoje, honramos a memória de todas as vítimas que faleceram ao longo dos anos pela existência do país. Hoje, lembramos que o Estado não foi entregue em bandeja de prata e que o preço da sua existência e segurança é pesado e doloroso. Lembramos vocês. Preservamos sua memória e garantimos que o sacrifício não foram de vão.
I have the honor to invite Mr. Willie Turner to read the prayer Kaddish. Please stand up.
Tenho a honra de convidar o Sr. Willie Schorner para ler o Kaddish. Por favor, levantem-se.
יתגדל ויגדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך הילולתי, והמליך מלכותי, ויצמח פוקני ויקרב משיחי. בחיי חון ובמכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בהגדה, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם, ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך, וישתבח, ויתפאר, ויתרומן, ויתנשא, ויתהדר, ויתעלה, ויתהלל שמך דקושה ברוך הוא. לעילם מן כל ברכתה ורשתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה דארימון בעלמה ואמרי אמן. יש מה רבה מן שמתי, ויעלים טובים אנו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במבורף, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
I have the honor to invite Rabbi Leib Rothenberg to read the prayer El Maleh Rachamim. Please remain standing.
Tenho a honra de convidar o rabino Leib Rothenberg para ler a oração El Maleh Rachamim. Por favor, fique em pé.
El Maleh Rachamim. En במרומים, אמצא מנוחה נכונה על כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים, טהורים וגיבורים, כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים, לנשמות הקדושים שנלחמו בכל מלכות ישראל, במחתרת ובצבא ההגנה לישראל, ושנפלו במלחמתם ומסרו נפשם על קדושת השם. העם והארץ בעבור שאנו מתפללים לעילוי נשמותיהם, לכן בלרחמים יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים, בצרור החיים את נשמותיהם. אדוני הוא נחלתם בגן עדן, מנוחתם וינוחו בשלום על משכבותם, ותמון לכל ישראל זכותם, ויעמדו לגורלם לקץ הימים, ונאמר אמן.
Please be seated. I have the honor to invite Mrs. Natalie Ganem.
Tenho a honra de convidar a senhora Natalie Ganem.
This is the story of my great-grandfather, Caid Hassan. He was born in Daliat al-Carmel, Druze town near Haifa. At the age of 18, he joined the intelligence operation of the Haganah unit. During battle near Jenin, he ran out of ammunition and was captured by the Iraq forces. He was tortured and interrogated, then hung to death. His body remained there for 3 days. He died on July 1st in year 1948. At the age of 25, he left a wife, 2 sons, and 2 daughters. He has a memorial stone in Isafia Cemetery. May his memory be blessed.
I have the honor to invite Mr. Jonathan Gonen, Deputy Ambassador of Israel in Brazil.
Tenho a honra de convidar o senhor Jonathan Gonen, vice-chefe de missão de Israel no Brasil.
Adam Weinstein grew up with me in the small village of Givona Hadasha, near Jerusalem. We attended the same middle school, and almost every day we played soccer together in the neighborhood field. On the 1st of December 2001, 2 Palestinian suicide bombers from the terrorist organizations Hamas and Islamic Jihad blew themselves up on Ben Yehuda Street in the center of Jerusalem, and in addition, a car bomb exploded nearby. Among the 11 Israelis killed in the attack was Adam, who had spent time there celebrating his friend's birthday and was on his way back home. Adam was 14 years old when he died. He is survived by his parents and 2 brothers. He was born on the eve of Memorial Day, right at the time of the siren. And now, at the same time, we remember him. May his memory be blessed.
I have the honor to invite Mrs. Neta Avrami, Consul of Israel in Brazil.
Tenho a honra de convidar a senhora Neta Avrahami, cônsul de Israel no Brasil.
In the year 1967, 69 Navy soldiers were sent to England to refurbish a Model T submarine purchased by the State of Israel. Many months were required to renovate the submarine, and in November 1967, the job was finished, and it was given the name Dakar. On January 9, an official ceremony was held in Portsmouth Harbor, and the submarine set off with its 69 fighters. The submarine was on its way back to Israel, and on January 25, 1968, the submarine disappeared without a trace, with all 69 crew members on board presumed dead. It wasn't until 1999 that the submarine was finally located on the seafloor, around 3,000 meters deep. The cause of the submarine sinking remains a mystery, and there have been many theories put forward over the years, including technical failure, human error, and even enemy action. Nevertheless, the sinking Dakar remains one of the deadliest accidents in the history of the Israeli Navy. One of the soldiers on the submarine was my mother's brother, Aaron Doga. Aaron was born in Iraq. He was 5 years old when he immigrated to Israel with his family. He grew up and was educated in Mevaseret Zion and finished high school in Jerusalem as a car mechanic. Aaron was a community youth guide, an outstanding basketball player, and a drum player. Aaron volunteered for 5 years of service in submarine, and all he wanted was to serve his country and protect her. A few days before he left his family and flew to England, he recorded his last word. I'm going for an indefinite period, but there is no need to panic at all. Without a choice, the army picked me for a rather turbulent time. Dear friend, please listen to me. Anyone who hears me now, he probably won't hear me for a long, long time, because I'm gone. Disappear and leave a whole world behind me. Those of you listening will surely think that I am living a world full of joy. But no, it's an illusion. My friend, I am living an unhappy family. Through no fault of my own, I had to say goodbye to them forever. I hope God will forgive me. At the same time, I hope I did the right thing. Eventually, I will be back too. Aaron never came back. He left behind a whole family in pain, and the values that have taught entire generation in the family, and that Israeli children live by since the day they were born.
Now we will light memorial candles of those who fell in special operations, wars, and terror attacks, whose relatives and friends live in Brazil.
Agora vamos acender as velas em homenagem àqueles que caíram em operações especiais, guerras, ataques terroristas, cujos parentes e amigos vivem no Brasil.
Mr. Willie Chorner will light a candle for his brother, Private Yonah Jean Chorner, who fell in Rafiah during the 6 Days War in June 5th, 1967, at the age of 20.
O Sr. Willie Schwerner acenderá uma vela para seu irmão, soldado Yonah Jean Schwerner, que caiu durante a Guerra dos 6 Dias, em 5 de junho de 1967, aos 20 anos de idade.
Hikmat Abd el-Haq will light a candle for his uncle, Private Mahmoud Abd el-Haq. He participated in the Independence War and fell during battle in Negev on August 6, 1950, at the age of 26.
O Sr. Hikmat Abd el-Haq acenderá uma vela para seu tio, soldado Mahmoud Abd el-Haq. Ele participou da Guerra de Independência e caiu durante batalha no deserto de Negev, em 6 de agosto de 1950, aos 26 anos de idade.
Mr. Tal Bardor will light a candle for his brother, Corporal Yaron Bardor. He was a soldier in the Combat and Medic Special Forces Elite Unit Sayeret Matkal. He fell on May 28, 1992. During patrol navigation in Eilat Mound, trying to save the life of another soldier, he fell. He was 26 years old.
O Sr. Tal Bardot acenderá uma vela para seu irmão, o cabo Yaron Bardot. Ele era soldado e médico de combate na unidade de elite das Forças Especiais Sayeret Matkal. Ele caiu em 28 de maio de 1992, durante uma patrulha de navegação nas montanhas de Eilat, tentando salvar a vida de outro soldado. Ele tinha 26 anos de idade.
Ambassador Daniel Zonshine will light a candle for his friend and Air Force pilot, Major Dan Weiss. During a flight over Halfa Gulf, there was a terrible crash between two planes, and he disappeared at the sea. He fell on January 20th, 1991, at the age of 22.
O embaixador Daniel Zonshine acenderá uma vela para seu amigo e piloto da aeronáutica, Major Dan Weiss. Durante um voo sobre o Golfo de Haifa, 2 aviões colidiram e ele desapareceu no mar. Ele caiu em 20 de janeiro de 1981, aos 22 anos.
Mrs. Natalie Ganem will light a candle for her great-grandfather, Private Caid Naif Hasson.
A senhorita Natalie Ganem acenderá uma vela para seu avô, o soldado Caid Naif Hasson.
Mr. Jonathan Gonen will light a candle for his childhood friend, Adam Weinstein.
O senhor Jonathan Gonen vai acender a vela em memória de seu amigo de infância, Adam Weinstein.
Avrahami family will light 2 candles, one in memory of Dror Barashi, who fell on October 12, 1995, at the age of 25, during the battle in Lebanon, and the second candle for Corporal Aaron Doga.
A família Avrahami acenderá 2 velas, uma em memória do tenente Dror Barashi, que faleceu em 12 de outubro de 1995, aos 25 anos, durante a batalha no Líbano, e outra para Cabo Aaron Doga.
Mrs. Leora Zonshine will light a candle in memory of Private Zvulun Boris Frankel, who fell on March 27, 1998, at the age of 19, during the Independence War.
A senhora Leora Zonshine acenderá uma vela em memória do soldado Zvulun Boris Frankel, que caiu em 27 de março de 1948, aos 19 anos, durante a Guerra da Independência.
Mrs. Denise Martins will light a candle in memory of Private Swiss Trolovich. He fell on August 7, 1948, at the age of 19, during the Independence War.
A senhora Denise Martins acenderá uma vela em memória do soldado Zvi Strolovich, que caiu em 7 de agosto de 1948, aos 19 anos, durante a Guerra da Independência.
Mrs. Mital Gonen will light a candle in memory of Sergeant Asaf Waxman, who fell on December 11, 2007, at the age of 28, during his reserve training service.
A senhora Mital Gonen acenderá uma vela em memória do sargento Asaf Waxman, que caiu em 11 de dezembro de 2007, aos 28 anos, durante seu serviço de treinamento de reserva.
Mrs. Thais Alvim will light a candle in memory of Private Avi Farhi, who fell during his mandatory military service on June 24, 1944, at the age of 21.
A senhorita Thais Alvim acenderá uma vela em memória do soldado Avi Farhi, que caiu durante o serviço militar obrigatório em 24 de junho de 1994, aos 21 anos.
Mr. Ronito Maya will light a candle in memory of Private Itzhak Babsky, who fell on November 2, 1955, at the age of 18, during the Battle of Nitzana.
O senhor Ronito Maia acenderá uma vela em memória do soldado Itzhak Babsky, que caiu em 2 de novembro de 1955, aos 18 anos, durante a Batalha de Nitzana.
Mr. Leor Avrami will light a candle in memory of Sergeant Roy Yaakov Solomon. He fell in with his 2 friends in a well-planned terrorist ambush in the West Bank on October 19, 2003, at the age of 21.
O senhor Leor Avrahami acenderá uma vela em memória do sargento Roy Yaakov Solomon, Aos 21 anos de idade, ele e 2 amigos foram atacados em uma emboscada terrorista bem planejada na Cisjordânia, em 19 de outubro de 2003.
Mrs. Laura Nafrin will light a candle in memory of First Sergeant Daniel Barzilai, who fell as reservist during a battle in an area of Jordan Valley in September 2nd, 1989, at the age of 25.
A senhora Laura Nafrin acenderá uma vela em memória do primeiro sargento Daniel Barzilai, que caiu aos 25 anos. Ele era reservista durante uma batalha no Vale do Jordão, em 2 de setembro de 1989.
Captain Semyon Gambor will light a candle in memory of his friend, First Sergeant Eduard Korol, who fell in the Battle of Samaria during Operation Defensive Shield on March 8, 2002.
O comandante Semyon Gambor acenderá uma vela em memória de seu colega e amigo, primeiro sargento Eduard Korol, que caiu na batalha em Samaria durante a Operação Escudo Defensivo, em 8 de março de 2002.
May their memory be blessed.
Que sua memória seja abençoada.
The wreath of Ministry of Defense and Israel Defense Forces will be placed by Captain Semyon Gambor, Israel Defense Attaché to Brazil.
O comandante Semyon Gambor colocará a coroa de flores representando o Ministério da Defesa e as Forças de Defesa de Israel.
The wreath of State of Israel will be placed by His Excellency Ambassador of Israel, Mr. Daniel Zonshine.
O embaixador de Israel no Brasil, o Sr. Daniel Zonshine, colocará a coroa de flores representando o Estado de Israel.
The wreath of fallen soldier family will be placed by Mr. Willie Chorner and Tal Bardor.
O Sr. Willie Schwerner e o Sr. Tal Bardor colocarão a coroa de flores representando as famílias dos soldados caídos.
The wreath of Attaché Association in Brazil will be replaced by the President of the Association, Colonel Bjorn Taube, German Attaché.
O coronel Bjorn Taube, adido da Alemanha, colocará a coroa de flores representando a Associação dos Adidos no Brasil.
I invite you to stand up for the Brazilian and the Israeli nation anthems, performed by Presidential Guard Band, conducted by Sub-Lieutenant Marcos Souza.
Pedimos para a plateia se levantar para os hinos nacionais do Brasil e de Israel, executados pela Banda da Guarda Presidencial, regida pelo subtenente Marcos Souza.
Thank you very much.
Muito obrigada.